Guys, let me share with you a story. There are two mothers. I will call them Mother A and Mother B. Let's call Mother A Patricia and Mother B Grace. Mother A has three children. Mother B, which is Mrs. Grace, she also has three children. They both love their children so much, and they always provide healthy meals and a good way of living for their children. Mrs. Patricia is of the mindset that I will provide for you, take whatever you want, have a good life. Mrs. Grace is of the mindset that I will provide for you, take whatever you want, but you always have to say thank you. Now, a time came where Mrs. Patricia and Mrs. Grace met with their children. They served their children something, a candy, or should I say a snack. And Mrs. Patricia's children took it and they left. They ran back to play. While Mrs. Grace's children said, "Thank you, Mommy. God bless you." Now, it was quite surprising to Mrs. Patricia because she's like, why are your kids always saying thank you to everything you do for them? Then Mrs. Grace is like, why are your kids not saying thank you to you for everything you do for them? Now, they had to sit down and talk about things. Now, we found out that Mrs. Patricia is of the mindset that they are my children. I brought them to this world. They are entitled to whatever I give them. At least I have to, that's the least I can do as a parent, which is right? Now, let's hear what Mrs. Grace had to say. Mrs. Grace is of the mindset that they are my children. I love them so much. But yes, they still have to say thank you to me, no matter how entitled they are to whatever I give to them. Now, this is a short story on Thanksgiving versus entitlement.
When you are entitled, you become ungrateful. And when you are ungrateful, you become ungraceful. When you are ungraceful, you become bitter and resentful. Entitlement makes you feel like you have a right, then you won't give thanks. And when you don't give thanks, there is no grace coming to you.
Thanksgiving and entitlement are two heart postures that can shape how we relate to God, our family, our friends, our teachers, our co-workers, or whatever it is that is in our lives. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the act of expressing gratitude to God, family, friends, loved ones, or whoever they may be. We express the gratitude of goodness, kindness, lovingness, and whatever good thing they have shown to us. Biblically, thanksgiving to God is the heart posture of humility, recognizing that all we have comes from God. All perfect and good gift comes from God. Entitlement is a belief or attitude that you automatically deserve certain privileges or whatever goodness anybody shows to you. Let's talk about the Israelites for a minute. When you read Numbers chapter 11, verse 4 to 6, we see the story of the Israelites where the Lord provided for them manna. But then they were complaining that when they were in Egypt, they were eating meat, they were eating fish, and they left out the fact that God already made provision for their daily bread. But they wanted more, they wanted excess. They lost sight of what the Lord has provided for them, and then they were so fixated on that thing that they did not have, or that thing that they yearned or craved to have. Something happens in my house, right? Let me share a personal story. Whenever my mom gives us food to eat, when she cooks or she provides meal for us, I always say thank you. Mommy, thank you, Ma, for this food. God bless you. And I didn't know my brothers were watching me do that, right? And I usually do that every time, but they never took it up to do. Like, they never thought it as something serious. It was just a casual thing. Until recently, that was like a few days ago. And I cooked dinner. My mom gave us the things, the raw materials to cook with, I cooked dinner. And then when we finished eating, my brothers were the first to say, "Mommy, thank you for this food. Martinette, thank you for cooking this food." It was so minute, but I was very emotional. I was like, wow, so this little thing that we do, or this little thing that I've been doing, my brothers are actually watching me, and then they picked it up from there. What I'm saying is, there are children out there that the privilege that we have, they don't have it. There are kids where the mom gave birth to them and then they dropped them off at the orphanage home. Are they not entitled to be well raised and taken care of? But no, the mother decided to be nonchalant. So now when we find people who choose to sacrifice for us, when we find people who choose to hold us by the hand and take us on the journey and help us on our life journey, let us take our time to always say thank you for your effort on me. Thank you for not giving up on me, even when you were supposed to. There are fathers who left their children alone and, went away. There are mothers who left their kids alone, right? So we should never lose the sight of thanksgiving as people. Now, that is just talking about our human nature or people that are our friends or our families or our parents. Now let's talk about God. When we come to God with a heart posture of entitlement, it is not one of the most pleasing things. Because yes, we are sinners. There's one of our scriptures that said, in sin did my mother conceive me. No matter how hard we try, we will always strive for perfection. It is a daily effort into growing and into being the ideal child of God. So when God decides to bless us, when God says, "This is my child in whom I am well pleased," and He grants you all of your heart desires, we should always take our time to say thank you and not feel as though just because I worked for you, just because I helped that person, just because I served in my local church, and I'm automatically entitled to greatness. Yes, it will come. That's the aftermath of it. But let us not come to God with that kind of heart posture. That is why I defined Thanksgiving biblically as a heart posture of humility, recognizing that all good things comes from God. This video is divided into two. I'll be doing a section 2 in the coming week. Kindly like and subscribe, and until next week, see you again. This is a reminder to always thank God and your family for every little thing that you have. So hit the comment section and tell me who you're going to give thanks to today, aside God. Bye.